They drew first blood, not me.
Look, Johnny. Let me come in and get you the hell out of there.
They drew first blood.
So hey guys, welcome to another show here at Underground. Unfortunately, you're not going to get Draxus tonight. You're going to get me and deal with it. But we do got Travis from the band Endbringer here from Brutal Business Entertainment. We want to say thank you so much for your time tonight.
Oh, dude, thanks for having me, Will. This is awesome, man.
So, we were talking before the show. I know that you just had an event cancel on you. That sucks. You guys, how did you guys come up with the concept for Endbringer? What brought you guys together to make such amazing music?
Well, there really wasn't a whole concept behind it at all. Like, I was just sitting idle for a while, and I'd been friends with Brad and Ed for quite a while, and those guys started jamming with Dave, and they were trying to put something together, and Brad kind of conned me into coming down. I was like, man, I don't know. I think I'm done. I think I'm out. Like, and I really didn't want to be out, but I felt like, it's like at that point in time, the music business and life hadn't been treating me very well in general. So he finally talked me into coming down, and when we started jamming and hanging out, it was, it just worked and it felt good. And I was like, you know what, maybe I'm not out. Maybe I'm still in. And the fact that all those dudes are cool, and now adding Tom, who's the newest member of the band on bass, like we got a pretty solid group of guys that are not only fun to hang out with, but they like to play. And we all come from different musical backgrounds, so there really is just no like formula for how the band formed. It just kind of happened, and I'm not gonna argue with it because it's definitely been an awesome creative outlet for not only me, for the other guys in the band too. Like everybody takes their crack at writing songs, so yeah, it's been pretty awesome, even though it's been kind of like an accident, sort of.
Well, thank God for the accident, but because you guys do have an amazing message, especially when you guys are singing. Like, who do you do the songwriting, or do you guys come together for that? Like, when you guys come up with a song, do you guys work all together in your own parts, or are you the the main writer?
Oh, but when it comes to lyrics, that's usually 100% me. Like I take into consideration what some of the other guys say, or if somebody wants to move a part somewhere else. Like, but mostly when the whole songwriting thing is one of those dudes comes up with a riff, albeit Brad, Ed, and even Dave's had a couple of riffs here and there, and that's just how it starts. And then from there we just keep building and we keep building, and then it's take this part out, add this part, and the whole time, like literally the whole time those dudes are ironing out the arrangement, I'm sitting there with like a blank look on my face and a notebook in my hand, and like how does what they're playing make me feel, and how can I express that without coming out point blank and saying it? Like, do I have an idea? It's a lot of it's what's going on in my behind the scenes life, or I guess sometimes it's been known what's going on in my professional life, but like the lyrics are usually all 100% me, and the riffs and music and arrangement is usually all 100% them guys. I need to take that back though, because it's never 100%, because honestly, everybody puts in their 2 cents. We try to make the best song we can be. So even if someone comes up with a riff and it just doesn't fit in that part, nobody gets too upset about it. Like, is the whole goal is just to write the best songs we possibly can.
And how did you find your own sound? Like, what brought you into letting that your voice out like that?
I've just always been a huge fan of metal, and growing up, I listened to like tons of Sabbath and uh, Alice Cooper, like the old school stuff, I guess you'd call it. And then, as you get older, you progress into other stuff. Like there was Pantera, and then when I started going to shows, I discovered bands like Skell and uh, the local bands that were like, I guess I don't know. And then I come across stuff like Lamb of God and uh, I'm drawing a blank now. But it's just I guess it's just like a little bit of some Jamie Jossa. The stuff that I was into and the stuff that I've done in previous bands. You just take a little chunk of clay and just add it to it and add it to it. And a little piece from each corner and each place I've visited and everywhere I've been, all put together in like the different types of music that I listen to. Like it goes from country to straightforward death metal and everything in between. Like yeah, and to get that make that sound, it's just I don't know. Sometimes it's just a riff that those guys are playing, and I think, hey, that if I let out a bark there, or like there's a few songs on the full length record where I do some just actual straightforward singing. It's just just all in how it feels and how it makes the song feel. Like without I want to be as artistically free as possible without taking away from what we're trying having a great song. I'm rambling, but I think that's the crux of what I'm trying to say.
So we do got a lot of fans over here watching, and like we want you guys to know that you guys can ask any questions at any time. Anything that you guys want to know about Endbringer and Travis, please put it in the comments. I'll make sure he gets it to you. I'm not ignoring you guys. So we got Caleb. You know who Caleb is, lead singer of MZMZ. He said, stopping to share out and show some love for Endbringer. Gonna have to jet soon though. We'll catch the recap. Much love. Then we got Silhouette Death, who is my business partner. He says, Ghost Ghouls, what's up? He's letting us know it's kind of laggy here and there. NG says, yeah, better on YouTube than Facebook. You got Nightshade, another one of our fans, saying rocking out to your music. It's fine loading, catching, right? And they're talking back before one on each other. So, like, anytime you guys have any questions, please let us know in the comments, and I will make sure they get to them. Because, amazing people like him, Brutal Business has basically built you guys like a family, and that's just amazing. And I love how you're telling us your story that in order for you to make a song, it's basically your raw emotion in each one.
Essentially, yeah. Sometimes it might be something as simple as an idea. Like uh, one song I literally wrote about how everybody thinks they're like the most important person on the planet on social media. Like you think you're the center of the universe. So I kind of took that idea of being irritated by that and just running wild with it. And like it always starts with just like some kind of weird, odd idea, and it's not always a feeling, but uh, I guess a lot of times it just comes out that way.
So, I fell in love with your music, especially after Patrick, because I keep an eye on Brutal Business, because you guys are our sponsors. But I keep an eye on each and every, all your guys' talent. And when I came across your guys' music, I'm like, damn. Like, where the fuck were they hiding? I'm like...
We're fairly young, and dude, I appreciate the kind words from everybody in the comments and the kind words from you. Like, it means everything to us when people are like, wow, we dig what you're doing, because honestly, the goal was just to make stuff that we liked. So when people started liking it too, I mean, that's like I guess the best compliment to us trying to be artistic is when you're doing however whatever you want to do, and other people are like, "Yo, that's rad." I don't know that to me that's like the highest compliment. That's like getting that mean face from the side of the stage from another musician at a show. You know what? Where they're like, that's like the highest compliment you can get from another musician. So the fact that people listen to it and enjoy it is that's huge. And I literally write that anytime I'm talking to somebody from a radio show or even when we send out EPKs. Like there's so much out there on the internet, and the fact that you took 2 minutes to listen to something that we collectively as a group laid out there, that's amazing on its own. Like anything that anybody does, the fact that someone listens to it and enjoys it, including this show. Like there's people out there that are listening to this. That's got to make you feel like $1,000,000 because this is just something that you wanted to do.
It was like when I originally came up with the concept for any of BTMX, it was actually when COVID first started, and I started noticing bands were not being seen and heard, especially younger ones like you guys, like who had a lot of talent that was just being hidden or not seen because you guys couldn't get out like you used to, couldn't coordinate or network. And that's why I'm like, well, if I create this, then I can have a way for the people not to only know them about their music and click on it, but also know them as the person behind the music as well, so they can connect with you a lot more than just being on your music. Because to be honest, like your song "The Used," that I play that as loud as possible. I love the message that you have in it. You could tell the emotion while you're singing that, and like.
Oh no, I didn't mean to interrupt you,
Oh, go
man.
ahead. But
Those lyrics have sat around for a minute. Like I wrote those lyrics when I was going through some of the toughest stuff in my entire life, and I just thought that it was something that I would write down in a notebook, and it would collect dust for the rest of my days. And then this was one of the first riffs that those guys played for me when I went down to hang out with them that day a little over a year ago, and Like I think that was the big click. Like I already have something that will fit that. Like this is, and it's like everybody feels that way from time to time. Like you're all used up, you're all beat. Uh and and me as a person, I write from my own point of view, and at the time I wrote that, I was on like a soul searching journey, and I was thinking to myself, like I haven't always exactly treated everybody around me the best I possibly could. Like I feel like I've used some people, and I was pretty pissed off at myself. Like when you're going through that kind of stuff, like it I think it's pretty normal to get mad at yourself for behavior that you find unacceptable when you're growing as a human being. So yeah, that was the perfect outlet for that. And a lot of times I don't come out and spell, or like I don't like to spell it out, so that way what that means to me when I write it down, it could mean something totally different to you as a listener. And that is one of the beautiful, amazing things about music.
Well, it's kind of glad that you said that because what's weird is that's the exact message I got from it. Like I felt like when I was younger, I was constantly using people instead of seeing them for their gifts and stuff and what they can offer. If they didn't have something I needed, I just kind of wiped them off. And then when I heard your song, "The Used," I'm like, man, was I a dickhead? I mean,
There ain't nobody that'll whoop your ass like you will yourself in your own mind. Like it's how do I want to say it? Like it's messed up, but I think it's important for anybody to get over humps and to I don't want to say extinguish bad behavior, because it's not always bad behavior, but to improve as a person. If you're not looking at in the mirror and saying, I could do this better tomorrow. Are you really doing your part for the human race to improve and to get better? Or are you just going through the motions?
so we do got some questions over here in the comments.
All right.
We got Nightshade with A. We have Shankuda is here and he has a question, so he's gonna be writing that soon. But they noticed that you're a fan of the Mad Viking, the band. They see all your like
Dude,
logos in the back corner.
if it wasn't for the band 12 Gauge Justice and the Mad Viking guys, I wouldn't the end bring I wouldn't be an end bringer, that's for sure. Like up until meeting those guys, I thought like, because I come from a small town, like literally St. Mary's, PA is a dot on the map, and the whole time you're growing up wanting to play guitar, wanting to be a drummer, wanting to be a singer, all the old heads around are like, you got to play these songs, you got to do it this way, this is how you do it, you play in the bars, and that's it. That's as high as you go around here. You don't get any higher. I met the 12 Gauge Justice guys at they opened for Hell Yeah down in Pittsburgh, and like those dudes blew me away, and I'm still friends with those guys to this day. They are an amazing group of dudes, and they they bring a party. Like when those guys were playing back in the day, they brought a party, and they might not be a band anymore, but they still party that hard. Uh but meeting those guys, and they were like, yeah, we'll get you on a show. And they were at the time they were working with Mad Viking Beard Company, and they introduced us to them, and they did a little music festival. And the band, I was in the band Death Rattle at the time. We went down there, we did our hour thing, and those guys were like, yo, you guys want to come back next year? We were like, absolutely. And then the next year they had us open for Mushroom Head. So we went from playing like 50 people in a bar to, guess what, kids, you're playing to 800 people. And I got to meet some of the members of that band, and I've met the members of those bands just going to shows and being a fan. But like meeting those dudes and actually talking from like a hey, we're in a band standpoint, I was like, holy shit! Like you can do this. Like you can write your own music. You can go play for whoever you want, wherever you want. Like I was, and it's kind of my own fault for not researching it better. But like when the old dogs were telling you that this is as good as it gets, after they tell you that so long, you start believing it. And it wasn't until I was damn near 30 that we were like, yo, we could write our own tunes and we could go do this. And then put forth the best effort, and we gave it our best shot, and we ended up playing with a bunch of great bands all throughout the years. And that's one thing I want to point out too, is a lot of the bands that I got to work with throughout the years, I've been very fortunate. It's always been cool bands. Uh, dudes that are always respectful and appreciative. I got lucky in that aspect because every band I've ever been in has always had really good members, and almost every band I've ever played with, I've never had a problem with someone being a dick. Like I've been very fortunate on this 20 years of playing music everywhere, you know. So yeah, that's the whole. Now that I'm done rambling about it, that's the whole connection with Mad Viking and Jason and Jay. If you guys are watching, shout out to you guys. Like those guys have always been cool to me, and they've been huge supporters of everything I've done musically, and I'm a huge supporter of their beard products, even though I can't grow a beard.
So, we did like I think you pretty much answered Rain's question because her question was who were the bands or artists that influenced you to decide to make music. You kind of just answered that, but the question I do have because you said you went from performing for 50 people, which probably are all people you knew or grew up with, to performing for 800 to 900 people at a time. How did you get calm your nerves? How did you find yourself in that moment without
Oh, I
knowing that
didn't.
you weren't going to fail?
Oh, I didn't. I shit myself. Like I can't remember the name of the Death Rattle song, but like I didn't even realize that the audience we were playing to was that big. I had my back to them, and the part where the vocals kick in, like I spun around to look at the audience, I stuttered, I missed the first four words, made a complete ass out of myself in the first 10 seconds I was up there, and then picked up where we left off, and then I was like, it can't get any worse than that. And then we just rolled with it. I mean, I say that, but that was just one show, you know, that one show was that big. I mean, some like there ain't nothing wrong with playing to like 50 people still to this day, but now the way I'm doing it with the group of guys I'm doing it with, we're doing it with music that we wrote. Like when Death Rattle first formed, we were a straight up cover band. We played metal covers, you know, and that was it. We didn't. And then when we started venturing out doing our own thing, and we ended up getting lucky enough to get that gig, like a light bulb went off, you know, like you know, dudes, we could really do this. And like any bands, it ran its course. Most of us are all still friends from that band. We all still get along, but you know, people take different paths in life, and that's also a part of growing.
So, have you ever had throughout your musical career? Did you ever have like a darkest part in your life where you just doubted yourself all the time? And if you did, what music, like what did music help you come back out of that shell, out of that darkness, and how?
Ooh, man, a dark part. I would have to say that because at the time, like I know I keep bringing up Death Rattle a lot, but that was a big chunk of my music career. Like when I could tell that we were starting to hit the skids, like I was scrambling to keep that together, and it it doesn't matter how hard you try sometimes. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. It's just meant to go that way. You know, not being able to find replacement members that wanted to do the things that I wanted to do, like it ran its course. It was a bummer, and I was going through some other stuff in my personal life at the time. But if there was a dark time, it was definitely that. And honestly, that's when I started discovering like local bands. Not that I didn't already listen to them, but like I started kind of digging deep into them, listening to a lot of that. My boys in Dog Day Sunrise, the album When the Sky Comes Down from them guys. I listened to that front, back, inside out. Uh, Hats off to those guys. Matt, their front man and chief lyric writer. He's got a couple of songs on there that just like you. I'd literally sit at home and listen to Telling the Wolves and just melt. You just fall apart. And honestly, it's something that I learned early on when I was in the army. The only way to rebuild yourself is to fall apart. So like listening to how he felt at some dark times in his life really kind of helped me put myself back together. And then, like I said, I'd finished that band, and I when you break up with a chick and then you're hanging out with your boys and you're like, I'll never do that again because you get all heartbroken and stuff. Like that's where I was at. I'm like, nope, I can't go through that heartbreak again. And then Brad and Ed set the hook with Dave, and here we are a year later.
So, I want to go ahead and also thank you for your service. You were in the army, and
Oh, thank you.
thank you so much for making that sacrifice and coming back home and then creating amazing music. Um, I like that's one thing I like about finding the up and coming artists like you, because you guys connect your emotions to your voice so well that not only are you telling the lyrics that you think you're just writing and telling your story, but you give other people voices that don't have them their own to explain what's going on in their life. So when you hear somebody like you who's putting their raw emotion into a song, that helps people that are suffering with mental awareness that can't speak for themselves. They can speak, but they can't come up with the right wording. For you to give them a voice, I think is very empowering. Especially, I think you guys are going to go really far, because how amazing, and you guys are always changing up your sound. You sound you're not, it's never boring. Listen to anything that you guys do.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And so the next question I would have for you is, if a fan would go to walk up to you and be like, "Well, I almost ended my life, but it was your music that brought me back from the darkness," how would you react to that?
I don't even know how I'd react to something like that. Like the first time someone told me they listened to a band that I was in, I almost broke down in tears. Like because I was so shocked at that and blown away. But if someone actually approached me with that, like even if I hit one person and had them stand up on their own feet, like that would mean the absolute best to me. Like yeah, like because honestly, that's not what I set out to do, and it ended up turning into being like the mantra for Endbringer because we're advocates for the Hope for the Day, hftd.org, which is all kinds of resources for mental health, like and learning tools to try to take the stigma away because the stigma away from mental health issues because like it is a big thing to like and it should be okay to not be okay, like you should be able to talk to your buddy about having like some kind of issue without having to feel judged. That's the big thing. I think why people hang on to that shit so much is they're so worried about being judged. And honestly, if anything I've ever done in my entire life just touches one person, I'd be blown away by that. It's because, like I said, it's not something that ever crossed my mind, but uh, being down a time or two, like a lot of people have, and really worrying about how I'm gonna make it through my day to day when I'm feeling so shitty. Uh, it's a pain in the ass sometimes. So like I said, if man, I don't even have an answer for that because I'm stumbling over my words. I'm so blown away. But yeah, that if anybody would come up to me and say that, I would be completely gracious, and I'd let them know that honestly, just because they listen to us, they had it in them the whole time to do the right thing and to pull themselves up out. So like I'm glad to be a part of your journey if that helped, but it's really on the shoulders of the person that I'd be talking to, and I'd let them know that they're a lot stronger than they think they are.
And that definitely means a lot, especially to somebody who uses music for strength, because that's why I created BTMX, to have a place for everyone to come that's judgment free. And that's why we have so many different shows, so everyone has a place to come and feel comfortable. And I suffer through a lot of PTSD and depression, so music is my voice. I normally don't like to talk a lot about my feelings because we were trained when we were younger that your feelings are something that you keep to yourself. And now I'm trying to break the mold on that because I want everyone to know it's okay to be able to be open with yourself along with others without being judged. So when I have amazing artists like you that come onto our show and dedicate your time and talk with the fans, that means a lot to me because not only am I now connected to your music, but I'm also connected to you as well. And I think that helps a lot of people dive deeper into the bands that we bring along our path. And the way you guys, every single one of your songs has such a meaning. It may be small to you, but I know to people like me who focus on music and listen not just for what it sounds, but what it's saying and how it feels. You guys are building people up, whether you know it or not.
Uh, Draxus, that is one of the nicest things anybody's ever said to me. Like you have no idea what that means to me hearing you say that. And I know Brad's watching at home, so I know he's probably sitting up in his chair, and I'm sure when the other guys watch this later on, when they get a minute, like stuff like that means the world to us. Like I said, it's not why we set out to do this, but when it's actually a really awesome side effect. You know, the whole goal was just to write really cool tunes that we could be proud of, and the fact, like I said, that if we even if we hit one person, uh, it's unbelievable.
So we want to go ahead. We normally we like to ask you guys' permission to add your music to all our shows and stuff from this point on, so we can play more and more of it to make sure that everyone knows and gets to hear your voice and gets to know that. Because I wanted to use your music for a long time now on our show, Care and Share, which is basically a show where everybody can come and blow off steam from the week. If they need resources, we help them find it. Basically, unlock and then listen to music like yours that helps people build themselves. So we would love to have permission from you to go ahead and keep up the progress, playing your guys' stuff here at BTMX.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Like I said, it's a pretty awesome side effect of being in a band if you're actually helping somebody. So, yeah, I'm down with that, man.
That means a lot. So if you guys have any questions, this would be the time now to go ahead and put it in the comments, because we're going to go ahead and let him enjoy the rest of his night. He rushed home from his family dinner. Just make sure he was here. But we got to let him have the rest of the night to cool off. And we will. It's kind of glitching on Facebook, but I know it's doing good on YouTube. So I'll send you the link later, so you'll have it right in.
Also, and we'll be able to share it with our people. Like, before we go any further, though, I wanted to say, dude, this is awesome. I've followed BTMX for a while, but I've never actually watched the show. And the fact that the first time I get to experience the show is being smack dab in the middle of it. I'm digging what you're doing right now, Draxus. So I'm stoked, and I wanted to thank you for even getting a hold of us and having us here, man. That's awesome.
I was really excited when Patrick said that you guys were willing to do it, because I know how I've seen I watch your guys' stuff because I share it out, because I know you guys have been really busy, and then I'm like, well, I hope to God I can get them. Because you're like, if I had to choose, like, out of all the bands, and I love Patrick, and I love the way Steve and everything sounds, but you guys have such a unique sound. I was like thriving to get you on the Underground show. Like, this is something that means a lot to me as a fan.
Thank you so much.
So obviously nobody has any questions, so I want to go ahead and tell you personally, thank you from me. Everybody here at
BT. Boring as hell.
No, they've been watching. They haven't left. So,
I mean, that's a good thing. Maybe they just don't have their keyboard. We'll go with that, so that way I don't feel bad.
We want to go ahead and I do want to thank you so much for everything you're doing. So if you ever get to a point to where you think that you shouldn't be doing this, remember fans like us who are depending on your guys' music to come out.
Dude, that means everything. And before we bounce, I got to give some shout outs to some sponsors. Like, I always got to take care of the people that be taking care of us. Burning Stone t-shirts and designs, those guys have been hooking us with, of course, the BBE guys. Those are always great. Action Graphics in Clearfield does all our posters and stuff. They do great. Sticker Mule hooks us up with our stickers. Soul Tone Symbols keeps Dave's crashes sounding great. And last, but certainly the most important on the list, is Hope for the Day, hftd.org. It's completely like under the radar, so you can go find the resources you need if you're having trouble with any mental health issue whatsoever. As a guy that books shows and as a guy that gets to play shows, I want to keep seeing people at shows more and more and more. So I want to see you tomorrow. So get the help you need. I push for that all the time with everybody that I know. Like, if you're feeling down, whatever, it could be something slight, it could be something huge. Just go get the help you need so we can keep hanging out,
So I'm going to have you send me that link later on, and we're actually going to be posting up a part of the rest of the next week or two on every one of our shows so they can help be seen, because that's another resource that people who are suffering from, mental awareness can go get the help if they need it. So that's another.
If you ever come to an Endbringer show, we always have stickers and wristbands from Hope for the Day. Like, when Dave told us that they were on board with us, like, I didn't know what it was at first, but ever since then, it's something that I mention every interview. I mention it when we're on stage. if I'm at the merch table when someone's walking through, it's something that I bring up there. Like it's a big deal. Like yeah, a lot of people have been brushing it off for so long that I think we just finally need to kick it out there in the open and make it okay so that everybody can be okay.
So our fans are picking up as you're saying this. Actually, they're cheering it on. We got stayed with mental health needs to be normalized. Also, hell yeah.
Absolutely.
So once again, thank you so much from everybody here at BTMX for your time. Thank you guys for your amazing talent. Keep driving forward. Don't ever back down. And remember that your guys' voices, I mean, when you guys come together and make music, may be simple for you, but it's so much more to us.
Thanks, Draxus. I appreciate all the awesome words, and I appreciate you having us on, or having me speak for the rest of the guys on the show. Like it's awesome. Hi, Brad.
So we're going to go ahead and let you go, and thank you so much.
Thanks, Drax. Have a good night, man.
You too. Guess what, guys? That was fucking Endbringer, an amazing band. Go check them out. They're on every music platform. We're definitely really proud that we've actually had them on here. We're going to have Sean Kudo join us finally. He's been playing with his army guns in the background, coming in looking like he's a fucking gorilla from Africa. See? Oh, there he is. There's our pumpkin. Oh, so what you guys... sorry, Drax. You know what? I am Drax. It's not just without the fucking face paint. It's fucking hot. It's just going to melt. So I want to say thank you to Endbringer one more time for taking their time out of their day. That was Travis, the lead singer. Definitely go make sure you check them out. And we do apologize about the technical errors we're having. Hopefully this cleans up as our show goes on. And we want to say thank you guys so much for staying. So you guys ready for some more amazing music? Are you guys ready to fucking start jamming out again? We jammed out at the beginning of the show with Endbringer. Then we end up doing an amazing interview with them. Definitely go check him out. We're going to be dropping that link he was talking about just a couple moments ago. I'm getting blown up. Alright. Oh, he just sent me the link, so I'm definitely going to be posting that out for you guys. And we're going to go ahead and play some music for you guys while we get big step back here. So the very first artist I'm going to bring to your attention is also from Brutal Business Entertainment. This is when Demo Demon and Seether combine. They make Solve. And this is their song, Revolution. Guys, get off your seats. Get ready to start rocking out. The Underground show is just not done yet.
Listen here, you don't wanna know the truth, cause whatever you're spitting is sending right back to you. You pretend to understand, but what you stand for is a lie. You just wanna take a smart up, to suffer and die. The world is full of hypocrites and people lie. They just wanna border lines of innocence and victimize. Buckle up, it's gonna be a wild ride. I got an agenda to leave you all scared and traumatized. You're not ready for what I'm setting up, but say enough is enough, but clearly we're out of touch. Same shit, not enough to pay bills, just enough to pay rent. If you wanna go and get it, they're always watching the skies. They just wanna watch you work until the day that you die. Fuck that, I'm not a cog in the system. You wanna kill me, but killing me is a mission. Rise up if you wanna stay alive. Get bored, go to school, go to work, then you die.
So once again, that was Solve. That was when Seath joins up with Demo Demon, and that was their song Revolution. Definitely good. Keep an eye on Brutal Business Entertainment. They pack so much talent, and we're gonna end up having more and more of their talent here at BTMX, so you get to know more of the roster. But once again, definitely go check out Endbringer. We just got done talking to the lead singer Travis. A very empowering group. They have such a unique sound. So hopefully you guys enjoy that.
And I'm fucking jealous of him meeting Mad Viking.
He played for them at their festival.
Yeah, like, dude, Mad Viking, though, like, they are epic. Oh.
And imagine going for 50 fans and 900. Like, I would have shit my pants on stage. Oh, fuck. Sorry. But, it's amazing people like this to keep thriving in their music, such as people like Dead Silhouette Death, MZ, Endbringer, Seath, Nine Stitch Method, Motionless in White. Like, all these bands are doing amazing, especially with the messages that they're trying to get across to everyone around the world. And every artist so far I've interviewed is just happy to know that they're being listened to. But it touches them in a different way when they know that they're helping somebody on an emotional level. So talking about emotional level, why not I give you to another? Why not I show you some more amazing music, right? So once again, BTMX doesn't own the right to any of the music unless we tell you otherwise. But we have permission from 90% of the artists that are on here. Actually, 100%. 100% of the artists I play for you, no matter what show it is, we have permission from the artist themselves.
Oh, and today
was the day
that we got the video from Tom McDonald.
Oh, yeah. If you are a streamer like I am, Tom McDonald, MacDonald, from Hangover Gang, does songs like White Boy and Everyone's Stupid,
Everybody
and Snowflake.
Hates Me, Fake Woke, Fake Fans.
Wasn't it Clown?
Clown World.
Yeah.
Like, I can name every single one of his songs because I'm a huge
He's a stalker.
fan. I am not a stalker.
There's major lagging. Oh, we know there's major lagging. The best way to watch this is on YouTube.
Or Twitch.
Oh, yeah. Both of them are doing,
decent.
Decent compared to Facebook. For some reason, we're having an issue with Facebook. Hopefully that whole thing gets situated and packed away. So we're going to go ahead and bring you right back into your emotions with some more amazing music from the metal world, guys. Metal rock, alternative. This is going to be the band, Imperial? Yeah. Imperial Sorrow. This is their song, Source of Inhumanity. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. Do you get let me know what you get from the lyrics, what feeling you get from the sound, and we definitely want to hear you guys' feedback.
From me,
So you guys see that right there? That is how you can find that band on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Just type it in. Definitely go check them out on all music platforms. So since we're having a great night, and I see you guys seeing the flames and rocker fingers, we're not just done yet. We have a lot more music to bring to you guys' attention. And we're liking that you guys are liking and sharing it through all the technical errors. That means a lot to us, because there's not much we can do on our side right now. Hopefully this issue will be fixed. Streamlabs is trying to do the best they can, and we normally don't have this type of issue at this show. So we're going to go ahead and move forward, right, guys? Keep moving, right? Oh, I better quit singing that. They might get my ass. Limp Bizkit be like, no, bitch, it's mine. So,
the funny thing is, most people don't know what that means.
So we're going to go ahead and bring you back to getting off your ass, bouncing your head at the wall, and fucking doing, anything possible to, get the aggression out through this music. So if you like the last band, you're definitely going to like this artist, Young Bilal. This is his song, Spine. Let me know what you guys feel from it in the comments.
Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, 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 yo, hey, yo, hey, 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 vomito sangue sul tuo pavimento. Hey, vomito sangue sul tuo pavimento. Hey, ho preso un ascensore giù all'inferno. La mia anima alle spine, stai attento. Vomito sangue sul tuo pavimento. Ehi, vomito sangue sul tuo pavimento. Ehi, come il diavolo ho le fiamme nel cervello. La mia anima alle spine, stai attento. Pensavi di essere normale, No, no, non siamo in due. No, no, no. Non voglio essere un animale, no. No, no. Lo sono già da tempo. Mi guardi dall'alto in basso, ma son più alto io di te. Faccio le scale al contrario. Mi guardo dietro bene. Se parli sento l'odore di marcia. Non mi piace il bianco, io strisci nel fango. Una locusta fatta di cristallo. Guardami negli occhi siccome ti guardo. Occhio di sotto le unghie beli. Uno il tuo nome si ti sta invocando. Trasformati in demone, tu non sai come faccio. Pensavi di essere normale, no? No, no. Non siamo in due. No, 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 no. Non voglio essere un animale, ma lo sono già da tempo. Vomito sangue sul tuo pavimento. Vomito sangue sul tuo pavimento. Ho preso un ascensore giù all'inferno. La mia anima alle spine, stai attento. Vomito sangue sul tuo pavimento. Vomito sangue sul tuo pavimento. Come il diavolo ho le fiamme nel cervello. La mia anima alle spine, stai attento.
So once again, that was Young Bilal. Bilal. Belial, guys. Definitely go check him out. If you enjoyed his music, and sorry about you guys can't see nothing on the show. Twisted Psycho in the fucking house tonight. Much love and respect to him and all my family at BTMX. If you guys don't know who Twisted Psycho is, definitely another up and coming artist. We've done interviews with him at our 21-hour challenge. We're gonna be doing, hopefully, getting him part of another one of BTMX's shows coming up in the near future. We're in the process of talking to the lead singer of the band, the Horror. Holy shit, are we talking to people now? And it's all because of the amazing people at home, and you are believing through us, watching our show, even though it's scratched like a fucking bad record. But we're still fucking, we're still partying back here. So what did you think about Young Bilal?
I actually like it.
Makes you want to get up and punch somebody in the face, don't it?
Yeah,
When you're drinking.
yeah, when I'm drinking, shit, you put some Slipknot on and you're gonna
You
get
could
sucked.
put on Barney and he'll get up and start hitting people and rocking out. Don't let him lie to you.
Hey, when I'm drunk, it's the beat that actually captures me.
So what do you think about this whole Dave Chappelle bullshit that's going on?
No, I don't get with comedy, so that shit's dead with me.
What was that supposed to mean? That was like a dumbass answer.
I don't do comedy that much. Ever since
You do comedy.
No.
We do comedy every Friday.
Okay, but that's different.
How is
Okay?
that different? Because you get to molest me? What the fuck?
Yes.
This is not Neverland.
We can make it Neverland.
Oh, no, it's not. I'm not a lost boy. My wife found me.
But you found me, so I'm the lost boy.
This is why you don't bring strays home.
No, like ever since Robin Williams passed away, it kind of affected me and made me kind of walk away from comedy. There's only certain comics I watch anymore, and they're improv comics. Dave Chappelle is like a scripted comic, basically.
No, he's not. He does all that shit by
He
himself.
does improv, but not as much.
What? You don't remember his crackhead skit?
You actually know that's a written skit, though.
He wrote it himself.
Yeah. What I'm talking about is
I'm not even talking about. I'm talking about the whole bullshit.
I don't know about it though.
Okay, so this is what's going on. Everyone's trying. He this after years of not being on TV, he came out with the Netflix series, like all the other comedians do.
Yeah.
And there's people upset because he made some comments about the LGBT community, which technically you're a part of.
Okay.
And because
I
because
make some comments, but yeah.
you gotta be careful. There might be some snowflakes. But they're trying to tear down. They want his show off of Netflix
Okay.
because of what he said. I think it's stupid. I think nobody should be ass hurt about getting picked on. If you did, you would have never fucking survived high school. I don't give a fuck who you are.
I'm sorry, but if you're that fucking offended,
Don't watch it.
Don't watch it. Change the fucking channel.
Other people,
Seriously.
there's other people out there that fucking enjoyed it.
Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, I'm from the LGBT community. And back when I was watching comedy all the time and shit, I actually liked Dave Chappelle. He's a very good comedian. And if people got a problem with him,
I got married.
who gives a fuck?
I got Mary Jane.
Like, seriously, get over yourselves.
So let's say fuck that to that comment, and you know what? Leave it on Netflix. But guess what? We got some more amazing music for you. The next band we're bringing to you is called Dead Presso. This is their song Until the Truth Comes, and let me see if you guys in the comments are going to start rocking out and loving this as well. Here we go with Dead Presso. Dead Presso with their song Until the Truth Comes.
When I wake from nightmare,
So once again, guys, that was Depresso. So we're gonna do one more last song before the end of the show. What did you think about this song, man?
Shit.
Till the truth comes.
I actually like it. Every damn time you play it, like it speaks volumes upon a lot of things.
Did you hear about that weird page that was all of a sudden made? There's supposedly some new creature coming out that's gonna be bringing the truth.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast of the Night. Did you hear about that shit?
Yeah.
See how fast that's being shared around? I wonder who the fuck that is.
I don't know, but
When do you think he's gonna make his first appearance?
well,
We never know because we don't know who the fuck it is.
No, but I did message him and ask him, okay, and he said he may be doing it this weekend or not. I don't know, but he told me personally, he's like, well, just keep tuned in, and when it drops, it's gonna be the actual